Hey there, guys. I'm Jake, the Offensive Gamer, and this is Resident Evil, the Midnight Updates. No hands, real quick. I just want to make this very clear, just right off the start. I'm not currently playing the game. I was recording myself playing the game at one point, but unfortunately, some of the commentary files sounded a little bit off. Some of the airiness through the vents was getting into the mic, and so it just sounds really bad. So I'm just going to do this after the fact, which actually kind of makes it more, like, it makes it easier, because I can cut things up a little bit more. So basically what's going on right now, as you're watching on the screen, is I am currently solving the dummy finger mystery, which has been going on since this game first came out back in June. Now, I've already done the first couple of steps. At this exact moment, I have inserted the fuse, I've opened up the attic, I've gotten the basement key. Now, I want to make something very clear right now, is that I didn't figure this all out myself. A friend of mine, after I released the most recent video on Resident Evil, messaged me and told me there was this Reddit post on how to figure out this big mystery of the game, and it takes you step by step. So I'm doing a slightly modified version of that Reddit post. Now, what it says, it has like 32 different steps you're supposed to take, and in order to get the best results, you're supposed to do it in a certain way. But I found that after like trying this the way that it tells you to, like I ended up dying like 8 times and having to restart a whole bunch of shit before I could get to the main thing that was so difficult, which is upcoming right here. So I went ahead and just decided to bypass some stuff and try a few different things out. So we get the valve right there, and then we're supposed to get the attic key, and that triggers the monster to attack me. So what I'm supposed to do right here is I'm supposed to try to open the door. So like he has his whole laughing thing going on in the background. Then I kick him down, and while he's staggered, I'm able to just kick my way out. And the key thing to all this is not getting even touched by the monster. Now, in the Reddit post itself, it tells you to go down there 2 separate times to expose yourself to the monster. I tried to go ahead and bypass this and moved both of those steps up to the very beginning in order to just get it all done with very quickly. And should I, have issues later on, I don't have to, repeat a whole bunch of stuff. I just can get those 2 interactions with the monster out of the way like that, and there's no, massive build-up behind it. This doesn't really seem to affect anything. It's not a major issue. So from this point forward, I'm pretty much following all the steps sans the monster interaction. So the next thing we're supposed to do is get the bolt cutter and access the VHS tape. Now, a lot of this stuff is probably going to be familiar for some people who have played Resident Evil or the demo before. This is stuff that you do in the very first release of the game that came out back in June. So I'm just getting the VHS tape, and I'm going to be opening up the door and putting it into the tape. I'm going to be going through the house and accessing the lockpick, opening that back up, and when I get back to regular present time, I'll be able to get the axe. So this is all stuff that we've gone over before, and obviously you're seeing a bunch of jump cuts right now. Like I said, I'm trying to condense this into as little time as possible, just for the benefit of everybody out there who's watching it. But yeah, so this is all stuff that I don't even know you necessarily have to do. I'm just going based off of what the post tells you to do on Reddit. So maybe none of this stuff is necessary. I have no idea whatsoever. But yeah, so we get the axe right here. We're gonna go upstairs into the attic, and we're wait, are we? Maybe I'm mistaken on that. It's been a while since I recorded this, so sorry. Oh, that's right. Okay, not into the attic. My apologies. I skipped a step. So we got to get the back door key. This part's actually kind of, integral to the whole thing. What you need to do here is you need to go to the back door. Also, yeah, that guy. Hey, what's up, bearded guy? So you need to go to the back door, and you need to put the key into the door. Don't open it. That's a very specific thing. Do not open the door, because you do that, you have to start everything all over. So you just put the key into, you put the key into the door, and then you just go back up to the attic. That's the next step after this. So you put the key in. There you go. And you just keep moving. Do not open the door. Hey, don't open the door. It says in the steps at this point that I'd have to get the basement key, but I've already gotten that. So the next thing I would be doing is I'm going to be destroying a couple of crates. Actually, just one. It's the one with the yellow tape on it. That has some handgun ammo in it, which we discovered in the last video. There's also some behind the bed, though, which I did not discover before. And here is the great dummy mystery, about to be partially solved. Between those TVs is a little hand object. It's a little dummy hand. And we'll be combining that with the dummy finger in a little bit. Next step is to actually get the dummy finger. And once again, I don't know if the placement of this matters, but once again, this is how it says to do it. So you get the finger, and from this point, now it's just ammunition collecting. Now, the weird thing about this that I don't really understand, though, is that we don't ever actually use the gun, like, at any point. So I don't know if getting this ammunition matters, but there's also some behind the mirror there. There's also some on the shelf up here, and then after that, we're going to be going downstairs, and in the stairwell, or stairway, whatever. Anyway, so in the stairs, there's some right underneath right there. And then, we saw this in the last video, there's a lockpick across from the door right there. The good thing about all this is I'm pretty sure from this point forward, well, definitely in my recording, but I'm pretty sure from this point forward, for anybody who's, you know, trying to repeat a lot of this stuff, you don't really need to worry about interacting with the monster anymore, from this point forward, because you got the two interactions out of the way just like that in one fell swoop. So now we're putting the valve on the pipe, which will get us the gun. From that point, what will we be doing? Oh yeah, from that point it'll be directly following his steps. There will be no more kind of mixing and matching and all of that. It's from this point it's part 17 onward. Once I get this handgun. So now we're going to be going and getting the journal, which is also, I don't know how integral it is to everything, but it is at the very least a very interesting aspect, because once we start solving the actual mystery that's in this game, which is about to start here in a minute or so, progressively through each step you take, there's writing that just magically appears on the notebook, which I thought that was kind of interesting. But yeah, obviously this is very convoluted. There's a lot of like ridiculous fucking steps involved in all of this, but once again, they're obviously taking a lot away from PT here. 5 guess murder, but where is unknown, nothing to point but their final gravestone. So first step here is to combine the finger with the hand, as we mentioned earlier. So this is the dummy's hand, and we're going. What we need to do with all this is actually kind of an interesting mechanic. Is we need to examine the item and maneuver it to where it's pointing at certain objects. So the first one is to point at the rubble, specifically, I believe, the trash right there. That's underneath the clock next to the stairs that leads up to the attic. So that's the first one out of, I believe, 5. I'm pretty sure there's like 5 giggles you're supposed to get in total. And I'm pretty sure like 5 little cracking noises as well, and they alternate between each other. So the next one is to go upstairs and to look at the light that's right next to the barricaded door, which is around the corner. It's not within the actual little attic area. It's this right here. So you got to just kind of get up close to it and just look at it, and then there you go. Next, jump cut. Okay, this one. Okay, so for everybody out there, I am a giant pussy. So what I do in this scenario is I try my best to avoid getting attacked potentially by the monster, just in case I have to worry about that. So I stand at the very, the very edge of the doorway and try to point at the dead person's head. It didn't work, so I go about halfway, still being a little bitch about this whole thing. I'm like, okay, let's try to point. I obviously take a long time to be able to point this properly because I'm stupid. But yeah, once again, it doesn't work, so I have to nut up or shut up here and move in all the way and hope that there's no issues. And that's okay, Jake. It's alright. I know it's difficult for you to do basic tasks. Just come on. There you go. Good job, Jake. Everybody give a big round of applause for past Jake. Alright, so now we jump cut again, and we look for a painting with a woman with a bag on her head. And right here, I was a little confused because it says on the Reddit post to press L2 to hit the painting, but that's not how that works. So, and I was taking a lot of things literally, even though they're probably typos. In any case, I end up just pressing R2, hitting it, and then you get another giggle right there. So, we're already, like, I think about halfway through this whole thing. Yeah, all right. What is next? What is the next thing on the agenda? Right. Okay, so the next thing to do here is to just point the finger at the barricaded door where all these like voodoo dolls are. Okay, so the next one upcoming, what we're supposed to do next is go to the right, right out the doorway, and look at the mirror. Now, this is a little bit confusing because it tells you to do a 180 turn, which nowhere in the game does it tell you how to do it. So what you're supposed to do is press down on the, I believe, press down on the D-pad and circle. Or it might have been circle and press down on the D-pad, but it's a combination of those two, and that allows you to do a 180 turn. You can't just look around. You have to press those two buttons. So a combination of those two should solve the problem for you. And so the next thing here is to point the finger at the blue and white wires up in the attic. Now, it seems to be kind of particular about where you're supposed to point them. A lot of these things are pretty particular about what you're supposed to do. But yeah, this one right here should work, where they kind of join together. Yeah, see, like right at the point where they kind of touch a little bit along the wood is specifically where it seems to enact properly. But yeah, all right, what's next? What is next, Jake? Jesus Christ. Why are we running? What's the next one? Ah, I can't read. Where is it? Ah, okay, so the next one we're supposed to do, sorry, we're supposed to open the pot in the kitchen. Why? No fucking idea. Doesn't seem to do anything for you whatsoever, but there's a cockroach. There's a cockroach on my hand, so maybe that has something to do. Like, that animation specifically needs to happen. The next thing to do is we need to go back into the room with the TV and watch the VHS again. Now, how long we're supposed to do this, I'm not sure. But this is actually a multi-part, like, step here. So what it says specifically is watch the VHS again. In the video, make sure you let all the dialogue options play out, interact with the refrigerator, microwave, pot, pick up the lockpick, and open the drawer. Open the drawer next to it as well. So, basically, go through the whole thing. Don't like skip through a whole bunch of stuff. It is like the gist of what we're going through here. Also, it should cut here in a second. Yeah, okay, it's about to cut. And what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna open the fridge, and then right after that, open the microwave, and then the pot, which is what we just opened in present time. Not sure why this matters, but fuck it, why not? I guess just interact with everything around you or something. So next thing we need to... did we already get it? No, okay. We need to get the lockpick and go to the drawer that we opened earlier where the axe is. Now, I don't know if, like, there's a particular chronology involving with all this, but I opened the drawer that I unlocked first, and then I opened the drawer right next to it. I don't know if that's important, but that's what it says to do, so just do it. Oh, by the way, all this actually does matter. Like, I want to make that clear, is, doing this stuff and solving this mystery evidently does help you, and I'll explain that later. I don't want to spoil anything right now for anybody who's watching this and curious as to what might happen. But it does apparently help you at a later date. So, we're just letting this all play out right now. Like I said, whether you skip through the last videotape or whatever, the last recording, we do the VHS twice. Whether you kind of just go running around a whole bunch, I don't know if it matters in that one, but in this one, just to be safe, probably just let things go through completely, and don't really don't really skip a whole bunch. So the next thing we need to do is we need to open the drawer where the dummy finger is in real time, then go upstairs, and there's a pair of headphones to the right up here. And we just need to look at them for a second. That's all we gotta do. Nothing else. Just and then go back downstairs. Now here's the kicker. Here's the big thing. We need to find a ghost somewhere in this house. Now, there's a couple different hotspots where the ghost will generally appear. One is the staircase. Another is near where the voodoo room is. But from what I've seen since playing this and from watching a couple of YouTube videos, just to kind of do a little bit of research to see if there's anybody else who had different outcomes. Is when you go into the room where the backdoor key was, when you go in there where the fuse was as well, and you're going down the ladder, look upward. So, and we're gonna see it in a second, but since we have all this extra time that I didn't cut out because I'm stupid,
Andre, where are you, man?
Yeah, see, I'm looking around for the ghost because I'm not entirely sure at that exact moment where I'm supposed to find this ghost. Am I going upstairs again? Why are you going upstairs again, you dumbass? Sorry, I edited and put all this stuff together a couple hours ago, so I completely forgot about this. But yeah, I might cut this out. I'm not sure. Okay, here we go. Never mind, I won't cut this out. So he's going to open up the little secret passageway, and this is where all this occurs. So we're going to go ahead and let him go through, because I think, like, according to the script, that's what's supposed to happen. So we're going to let him go through, and then we're going to go through right after him. By the way, I want to make it clear, like, before I decided to skip all this stuff and do the monster thing first, it took me so fucking long to get through all this stuff, because I had to wait for all this stuff on the VHS to happen. And that took a lot of extra time. So anyway, look up right here. You see them? I don't know if you guys saw that, but the ghost was off to the left. I didn't pay a very good attention to it, but it was there, and if you want to rewind, you can. But it was there, and that triggers it right there. So now you see the ghost. We're almost done now. We're almost completely finished. We're just going to go ahead and let this run through real quick. Yeah. That's a bummer, man. I'm sorry. Okay, so now we're heading downstairs. This one was a little nerve-wracking because we're supposed to go back down into the basement and go deep into it, specifically. So I was a little worried maybe we interact with the monster again. I wasn't sure. Yeah, see, he's already gone through that whole thing. So that gave me a little bit of confidence. But so, there's the giggle. So the next thing you're supposed to do is you're supposed to look at the doll. And that one kind of happened a little prematurely to me. But whatever, it happened, and that's all that really matters. So, the next thing we're supposed to do is use the dummy finger and point it at the pot of gumbo. And we're pretty much done at this point. So, that whole noise happens. And then... Let's see. Right, and so now we just need to head up to the locked door in the attic. So, from this point forward, there are no more cuts. We're just going to let this thing run out. Well... There might be one cut. We'll see in a second, but pretty much we're gonna let this thing run out from this point forward because we're pretty much done now. We've taken all the steps, although a little bit out of order chronologically. With the Reddit post, it still works all the same, at least for me. Evidently, some people, you know, it's a little glitchier than others. And also, by the way, this door obviously was very clean before, and it's completely covered in blood, a lot of handprints and stuff like that. All right, so now we're gonna read this real quick. So. Grace will not wake when the clock makes its chime. Her covers are heavy, and it's her last bedtime. Phil's tucked in, tight on his cold, stiff bed. He's having sweet dreams of not being dead. Stanley was told to go hide and they'd seek, but they wouldn't let him out no matter how much he shrieked. Marlene was so proud of her white and blue necklace it made her feel tall and left her quite breathless. Timmy did not mind the harsh light of 4 suns. Eyes required heads, and he did not have one. So I don't know how much longer that was actually pretty perfect. Yeah, so no more cuts. That was the one part I was wondering if I might need to cut it real quick, but now we good. So now we're inside, and I looked around the room real quick. There's nothing really additional. It's just the little rocking chair. But it says, "You're the best ever," and if this asshole idiot would just read it, thank you. You're the best ever, and then we get a dirty coin. Not sure why. Don't know what the... Yeah, I know. It's exciting, isn't it? She's excited. You're excited. I'm excited. This is awesome. We did it. We went through like 30... Well, on the video, 20 minutes. But for me, like an hour's worth of gameplay to do this for a dirty fucking coin. But to go with that, wanted... Oh, also, I should probably read that. Can't. Oh, well. But yeah, the additional thing to go with this is that I have unlocked the true ending. There's an additional ending where if you don't get touched by the monster throughout the whole thing, you can go all the way up to the attic, unlock the door, and get out. The true ending, you escape. So there's that as well. And also there's like a little passage we can read real quick. When the authorities searched the house, no videotape or other corroborating evidence of murder was found. Let's go. Okay, the man's description of the events were outlandish but detailed. However, they were discounted after a small amount of LSD was found in his possession. So apparently, they gave him a little bit of LSD to kind of discredit anything he has to say. So yeah, that was the true ending. Now, it takes a couple seconds for this to go through, but there's a little bit at the very end that tells you just how important this special little dirty coin might be for the future. So we'll go ahead and wait for that here in a second. Let's hurry up. Come on, Jake. Press X. Press X, please. Come on, Jake. There we go. And we gotta wait for this too. It's okay. It's okay. Hey. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Oh, God damn it. That was gross. Ugh. All right, dirty coin. You can transfer this item to the main game if you have saved data for this demo. So that's actually pretty interesting. As it turns out, if I want to play this game for the PS4, I can. Or purchase it for the PS4. And I could go ahead and transfer that, whatever it might do for me, into the main game itself, which I think is pretty neat. Now, unless it's been changed, I know when it first came out, the Resident Evil not Midnight demo, but just the Resident Evil Beginning Hour demo was only available for PS4. So unless they've allowed this for the PC and Xbox One since the last time I checked, I'm pretty sure this is like an exclusive thing for the PS4, which is unfortunate because I was really wanting to play this for PC, for a multitude of reasons, obviously, you know, graphical stuff and all that, but just it's easier, it's more streamlined for me because of all my recording setup and all that other stuff. But this whole thing kind of gives me pause a little bit. Before I was like definitely going to play for the PC, and now I might give it for the PS4. I'm not entirely sure. I guess it kind of depends on whether or not I remember this, because we still got another month. So knowing my level of stupidity and incompetence, I very well might forget. But yeah, so that is the dummy finger mystery solved for all of you who've been curious about that for the past 6 months. I sure as hell have been. And then there's the dirty coin, which, hey, and also the true ending. I got a couple things in this. There was like several different little things that I got throughout this 20 minutes of gameplay. Yeah, so I'm relatively certain this is going to be the last video I do of this on the main channel until the game comes out. I think I said that in the last video, but this one for sure. This one for sure, unless I change my mind. But yeah, I hope this was like educational for maybe some of you out there who are hoping to find out a way to improve your game playing experience for the main game when it comes out next month. And I don't know, maybe hopefully it was a little entertaining for some of you as well. In any case, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please be sure to like and subscribe and all that, and I will see you guys next time. Holy shit! What the fuck? Oh fuck! All right, die! Please die! Please die now! God damn it! Well, shit. The door is closed. I bet it's locked, right? I thought so. Awesome. Well, back into the creepy passageway where we're gonna get killed.